Welcome to this video. In this video, we will learn about the first metal forming process, which is called rolling. So what actually rolling is? Rolling is when we pass ingot in between two rolls, which are rotating in opposite direction at a uniform peripheral speed. Ingot is a workpiece. In this case, this one is the ingot, which is the workpiece, and this workpiece will be passed between two rolls. Okay, these rolls are rotating at in opposite direction. You can see the direction is opposite. Okay, so these rolls are rotating in opposite direction. So what will happen when the workpiece will pass between them? Its thickness will get reduced. Okay, so the thickness of the desired product can be adjusted by adjusting the space between the two rolls, and this kind of process will provide a plastic deformation to a material. The most common example of rolling you might see in real life is if you have ever drunk the sugarcane juice, and if you have seen how the manufacturer takes this sugarcane juice, he has two rolls, and he inserts his sugarcane, a bunch of sugarcane inside those two rolls, and those sugarcanes gets crushed under the pressure generated by these two rolls. So similarly, our metal also we can crush by the help of rollers, and this kind of process is called rolling. So generally it is of two types. One is the hot rolling, in which the material which is to be rolled is very hot above the recrystallization temperature, as you might have learned in the hot working and cold working process. And in the cold rolling process, the material is at the room temperature. So what happens when the material passes between the rolls? There is a squeezing of material. Okay, so this squeezing, what it does, it changes the grain structure. Okay, so what happens that the grains becomes elongated in the direction of the rolling and gets compressed in the direction which is perpendicular to it. Okay, so in as you can see in the, like for example, these are the two rollers, okay, which are rotating in this direction. Let's say one roller is rotating in this direction, other roller is rotating in this direction, and let's say this is our workpiece which you are reducing the thickness of. Okay, so what will happen, let's say this is our circular workpiece. So what will happen in the direction of rolling, which is this direction? So let's say if a grain in this portion was of a circular size, like this was of circular size, so when you will start rolling, you will apply pressure, this grain will become like this in the shape of an ellipse. And why it became in the shape of ellipse? Because you were applying a compressive load from both directions. Okay, so this grain will elongate, this grain will elongate along the direction of rolling, and its size will reduce along the direction which is perpendicular to the direction of rolling. Okay, one more thing, that the velocity of the material at the entry point is slower, not higher, less. Okay, at the entry point the velocity will be less, and at the exit point the velocity will be more. So let's study about some basic definitions first, and then we will go about in the details. So first thing is, what is an ingot? As I told in the definition of rolling, a term ingot, what actually is an ingot? So ingot is a large casting section which is made in a suitable shape for the further processing. So ingot is an intermediary product which needs to be further processed. Okay. Now what is bloom? Second one is our bloom. So what is bloom? Bloom is a square which is made from ingots. Okay, so we will reduce the size of an ingot and we will make a bloom. The size of this bloom ranges from 150 into 150 millimeter to 250 into 250 millimeters. Okay, this is the size of a bloom. So generally the products which are made from blooms are like structural components or rails, Rails, this do not mean trains. Rails means the tracks on which the trains run. Okay. Anyhow, next is a billet. What is a billet? So billet are made from blooms. Okay, so they have even a smaller size. A billet can range from 50 cross 50 millimeter to 150 cross 150 millimeter. Okay, the billets are further of a smaller size than a bloom, and the products made from billets are like wires and rods. Okay, then coming to the last, which is called slabs. So what are slabs? They are rectangular components made having like length from ranging from 50 to 150 millimeter. Okay, so a slab will be a rectangular component 50 to 150 millimeter in length, and in width it will be 300 to 100 1500 millimeters. Okay, so its width can be a little more, width will be more as compared to the length, and the products made from slabs can be like sheets or plates or strips of material. Okay, so these are the four kinds of raw materials which you use to generate your rolling product. So a typical bloom is like a intermediate product, and the final product which can be generated from bloom can be a structural shapes or can be rails. Like slab is also an intermediate product. You can make plates and coils out of it. And a billet is also intermediate product. You can make bars or rods from a billet. Okay, so now we will study about what are different kinds of rolling mills which are available. Rolling mills is generally the rolling setup which is there. Okay, so one is a two high roll kind of mill. Second one is a three high roll kind of mill. Third one is a four high roll kind of mill. Fourth one is a tandem kind of mill, and a cluster, and a planetary rolling mill, and finally a universal rolling mill. Okay, so what is a two high rolling mill? This generally has two rollers which are rotating in an opposite direction. Okay, so these are two rollers, one roller and the second roller, they are rotating in opposite direction, and workpiece is fed between these two rollers. Okay, so it consists of two heavy horizontal rolls placed exactly over one another. Okay, second one is the space between the two rolls can be adjusted by raising or lowering the upper roll, whereas the position of the lower roll remains fixed. Okay, so this upper roll, this one, this upper roll can be adjusted while the lower roll is fixed. Okay, now what happens that the both rolls rotate in the opposite direction to each other. That is the only way to push the material forward. Okay, so in this type of roller, the direction of roller is fixed and cannot be reversed. So this is very trivial. If the direction of either a roller can be reversed, the rolling operation will not even happen. So the direction should always be fixed. Okay, and anyhow, so this is a two high roller kind of mill. Now coming to a three high rolling mill. So what happens in a three high rolling mill? Instead of two rollers, here there are three rollers. Okay, one is a upper roller, which is this one. Second one is a middle roll or an intermediate roll, and the third one is a lower roll. Okay, so what actually happens in this, that you can process two kinds of materials simultaneously between this, or you can process one material twice. That is, you fed one material here, let's say this was a thin sheet, and then you rolled this thin sheet like this, and you fed this again to reduce its thickness further. Okay, so this is a three high rolling kind of machine. So this a forward pass and a reverse pass is operated in this. You can pause this video to note about the certain points about this for the purpose of your notes. Okay, Now coming to a 4 high rolling mill. So what it has two rollers on each side. So if you would have paid attention on a two high rolling mill that has two rollers, this 4 high rolling mill does the same work as a 2 high rolling mill, just it has two additional rollers. So what it has a upper working roll, which is this one, and a lower working roll, which is this one. Working rolls are these, the two rollers, this one which is upper backing roll and this one which is a lower backing roll, has the function of backing these working rollers. Okay, so they have larger diameter as compared to your working rolls. So what actually happens, why they are required? For example, let's say you are processing thin sheets, okay, but they are very hard, so you require more force. So if they are thin sheets, then you cannot process them by using a larger diameter roller, so you require a lower diameter roller. But this lower diameter roller cannot provide high pressure, so in order to provide high pressure you require additional backing rollers on top of it. Okay, so hence you use a 4 high rolling mill. The details about this, you pause this video and note this kindly for the notes purpose. Now coming to tandem and cluster rolls, and what they are. Tandem and cluster rolls, they are similar to the previous ones which you studied. Firstly we'll see the diagram, then we'll see the theory of it. So the first one is a tandem kind of roll, the second one is a cluster kind of roll. So if you will see, the tandem kind of roll is a combination of different 4 high kind of rolling mills. Okay, so what it does, that in 4 high kind of rolling mill there was only one assembly. Okay, like this, there was only just one assembly. Okay, but in this there are more assemblies, you are reducing the thickness in each pass. Okay, so if you will see the thickness here, and if you will see the thickness here, this thickness is less. If you will see the thickness here, it is even further less. Okay, so a tandem kind of rolling mill is a combination of different 4 high pass kind of rolling mills. Okay, what is a cluster roll? Cluster roll is have a little bit of different purpose. Its purpose is, like for example, you are rolling a very thin sheet. Okay, so this sheet is very thin, so it requires small rollers for its processing. Okay, so but these small rollers, as I said earlier, cannot provide much pressure. Okay, so in order to back it, you require additional rollers like this. Okay, so these two additional rollers at top and two additional rollers at bottom you will require, and these additional rollers will help in reducing the diameter by applying more pressure, and the working rolls are also of lesser diameter. Okay, so the details of rolling we will discuss in the next video.